It looks like somebody's waiting for their awards, but it's sitting in a cup. Matt.
Is Matt writing
Is that
this?
what happened to Matt's award? It's in that cup that we just saw.
No. They're putting tariffs on it, so we're just waiting.
Oh, so you got to float that mega bill to get it over here and import.
You gotta add the 25% tax onto the beans.
Yes.
The awards. Sorry.
I think it was a Bogart movie. When I was in the Army, we'd always do this bit when we were drinking, and it was like, life ain't nothing but a hill of beans, but this is our hill, goddammit, and these are our beans. And every time I hear you talking about the beans, I just go right to this moment. My buddies and we're somewhere in the middle of Belgium, and we're trashed, and I think we ripped some windshield wipers off of cars. We're dueling with them in the middle of the village.
So I'm gonna.
Why the Dutch don't like you?
They're not Dutch. Those are the Flemish, and they can go screw themselves. No, I'm just kidding. I love the Belgians. They're wonderful. Why would I say that?
Great. Now you're gonna get all these.
I know. And now international conflict has started.
Yes.
The waves are going to radiate outward across Europe. Next thing you know, war. Because I talk smack about the Duchess clogs. Actually, my sister lives in Holland.
Really?
Yeah, she lives in a Van Gogh painting. I kid you not. So really quick. So about 6-7 years ago, right about the time I met my wife, my sister also fell in love. When she fell in love, the miracle of that was she had cancer. Or she had been watching her, this is my half sister, she'd been watching her or caring for her mother who had cancer. And in the process of that moment, she also ended up getting cancer at the same time. Simultaneously, the odds, right? My sister's got 5 kids, and her oldest son said, hey, Mom, let's get out of town and let's go somewhere. And so they randomly picked a place to go. They went to Holland. They went to this little village outside of Amsterdam, got an Airbnb in a 16th century Dutch windmill. My sister's got the scarf. She's bald, not a hair on her head. And she falls in love with the miller.
Wow.
Right? She goes home. They telecommute. They tell a romance. And a year later, they were married. They went to the village next door to where this 200, 300-year-old windmill is that they live in. And they had the rings forged in front of them, poured the metal. Like, this guy is he's got a boat that's like a couple hundred years old because it's been on the canal forever. He makes his own wooden shoes. Like, his name is Han, and he's 6'4", and he's very, very manly guy. He's a very good Han. Like, he's a great brother-in-law. The guy's amazing. Like, you can't, yeah. Anyway, so really cool story. And she lives in a Van Gogh painting now, literally surrounded by windmills and flowers.
Wow.
And how is she doing, your sister?
She's good. She's been in remission. She's totally chill. Her life is great.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And so, but no, it's a cool side journey story.
No, it was a great story, Beck.
Yeah, it's terrible. I shortened it. It was much more pointed trivia, though. Every windmill in Holland actually has a utility. It's not for pretty. It has to have utility. Most of it is to what?
Pump water?
Yes, pump water.
Well, pumping water. Let's talk about our next guest. I don't know if that brings it in anywhere.
We edit out that face I made when you said pumping water. Like, I feel that it's inappropriate, Michael Beck. I mean, good God, this late night show, we must have something.
So, Beck, why are you drinking a coffee at 9:30 your time?
Let's feel out of sorts and run down. I wanted to have my top show for you.
You haven't got ready yet. Anyways, we have a great guest. I saw him on LinkedIn, and that's how I found him, because of what he's doing with this barbecue and stuff. And I thought it was really interesting. We get a lot of people following us and all these things. So I think it's awesome to bring on chefs and restaurant owners and people that are down in there. And we talked about this the other day about having more guests like this. So that's what I did, guys. I did some homework, and we have amazing guests on this. So,
and he's in my
Dominic, what's with the smile today? No smile.
Can't smile.
It's gas.
What is it? You gassy? You gassy? Got a little gas.
Here's the thing. We got to get the show sponsored by Beano.
Should we burp you later or what?
Here you go, big fella.
It's okay. We worry about you, you know. Gas. It happens. Gassy.
Oh, these carrots are making me gassy.
So let's start, because I gotta go to Winnipeg.
We've been here all day. You got to go to Winnipeg or something?
Ever been to Winnipeg?
I don't know where Winnipeg is. I'm an American.
Yeah. It's
north of Fargo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's north of Fargo there then. Yeah. No, I know it's north. It's up there. Past that way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Margie.
Oh, Margie, don't you know?
Margie.
Think I'm going to barf.
Dominic, you been to Fargo?
I have been to Fargo.
Really? Is it like in the show?
You're literally wearing that hat. Like you could have been a character right now, chasing down the other guy with an axe before throwing him in a wood chipper.
Sorry. True. Hey, he did have a hat like this.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll get you a hat like this time.
We're not doing it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, kind of like northern Minnesota, northern North Dakota, kind of all the same stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But northern Montana is probably the same too, right?
Yeah, it's a little weird. I've been up there. It's
a little Idaho-ish, maybe.
Idaho-ish.
Yeah. There's silos up there. We'll talk about that one day too.
Hey, before we jump in, one last thing. I not to distract, but I think we're forgetting one kind of moment.
Our guest.
I know, and God love him. But there's something that happened to you two, and I want to celebrate this right now. I just happened to show up. You guys have been grinding this out for a while.
No. We're not getting married.
Because
we're not getting married.
Right?
We're not.
No, they finally came. Oh, boys, I'm so excited for you. No, they've been grinding it out. I'm not helping anything matter. No, you were nominated or pointed out, or the data showed that you were the 48th highest ranked hospitality podcast.
Not a podcast.
Not a podcast.
Yeah.
I wonder how many. Boy, that
I don't know how that worked. We probably would have ranked higher if we used that word.
Yeah.
Probably would have ranked higher.
In the United States, if not globally, I can't remember what that stat
it was globally, international.
Okay. Yeah. And then you were number one in Canada for a segment. So boom, congratulations, boys. Thanks for also bringing me along for the journey, and I will drag your scores down. It'll be glorious.
We're gonna shoot for.
Well, we don't like either.
Yeah, I want to alienate every Nielsen family out there.
No, we're just. It's not fun being 48. But I have to say, I
want to take to be 48 again.
You know,
I
just want to just wait a second. I just want to point out, 48 is how old I am. How ironic, eh?
Wow.
No, anyways, I do want to just point out because a lot of people.
It's also how many hours our guest has been sitting in the green room.
I'm getting younger.
Poor guy.
As the movie goes on. What's that movie?
He's falling asleep. Our guest is falling asleep.
What's that, Dominic?
Where the movie star gets younger and younger.
Oh, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, Benjamin Button for us to go up in the rankings, Jay.
Yeah, I know. I got to get younger.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I know. Here's the thing, though. But I congratulations to everyone else. 47 to number one. But I have to say, I think what we have, what we have is something special. I really do. And I've been doing this for 5 years, and this is what we've been waiting for. But here's the thing also, and I say this because I'm so competitive. We're coming out number one. I think we're going to have to take number one out.
We're coming out swinging.
Yeah. Because the other ones are great, but we got something special. So we're coming. Number one.
Hey, we're coming for you. We get targets.
With or without tariffs, we're coming.
Pass by.
We do. You okay?
Yeah, let's.
You guys want to go?
Let's roll tape. Let's get everything in here.
Do you want to go?
He's fell asleep. He's in the.
He is like
greener this. Nowhere away.
He's smoked like 5 briskets since we started this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, I could have went home.
There.
All right, here you go. Dom drinking water. Good.
Yeah.
Get that gas out. Here we go. Welcome, Essi, to the Late Night Restaurant Show.
I'm still alive.
You still alive?
Yeah, man.
Well, welcome. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, really.
Well, we love barbecue. Dominic likes it a lot. But tell us a little bit more about barbecue and what you do at Southern Luv BBQ and your neighbors.
Yeah, that's right. Beck's pretty close to me, actually. So you got to stop in and get a brisket sandwich or something like that. So that's what
I'm doing the map right now. I'm shooting in azimuth.
Yeah, right over in Citrus Park, right before the wall. we got a small little shop, man. We do brisket, pork. We do St. Louis ribs on the weekends, Friday and Saturday only. Everything we do is all scratch made, from our sauces to our sides. And we're just a fast casual barbecue restaurant, really simple. We have like 6 regional sandwiches. The menu is based on where I've worked, traveled, and lived. So you have a little bit of barbecue and each sandwich. So like if you're craving like Carolina barbecue, we have a Carolina sandwich. We got an Alabama slammer, which has got pulled pork, Alabama white barbecue sauce, and smoked sausage that we make. It's really good, man. It's really good. We got a proprietary method of how we smoke our meats. We are a supplier, so we do briskets for 12 hours. But our process is we can just eat it on site. And, we actually smoke at one big facility. We do all our sausages, our briskets, our St. Louis ribs. We do our beef jerky, our meat snacks, everything.
Hold on.
Whoa.
He said
Jerky. Tell me about the jerky.
Oh, dude, we literally have
with the jerky, Essi.
Yes. So I
have a jerky like fixation. So I mean,
do you really?
I'll be there.
No, seriously, we have probably I'm not just tuning my own horn, but toot. We have literally some of the best beef jerky in the market because we don't put any fillers in it. We stretch the jerky by hand and cut it by hand, so it's not like machine. There's no filler. It's no junk. It's just a really, really good product. I've been doing barbecue for 20 years. This is my 20th year. I started my first restaurant when I was 19, and I just got such a big passion for it. My dad was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. So we grew up on like Rudy's Barbecue just outside of Killeen, before they made it like really, really big. So, I've always just been a big fan of barbecue, and my background's I'm Middle Eastern, and we'd have these big barbecue cookouts and stuff when my dad would come home from deployment, and that's just why I fun with it.
So you're at Fort Hood,
Texas, yeah,
Army base, right?
Yeah.
And so was that artillery out there? What was your dad's in?
My dad was in the first Cav, and he was in the first Gulf War when he was stationed out in Fort Hood.
I'm old enough to be your dad. I was out there with your dad too.
Oh, really? Were you in Fort Hood?
Yeah, I was in Desert Storm.
Oh, wow, that's so crazy, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely fine. Yeah. So
I gotta ask a question about this stretching your meat.
Yeah. Okay. Pause.
Do not attempt this at home. This is done by professionals.
You can't say I stretch my meat and not. I need to like.
I had to say pause after that. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't catch it. Right. We stretch our own meats. Even.
Right.
Nobody else is stretching our meats. We do it ourselves.
Explain what that is.
Okay. So when you're dehydrating the beef jerky, you have to stretch it by hand. You have to. So basically, what you're doing is you're dehydrating the steak or the beef or bottom round, right? And what you need to do is to flatten it. You need to keep stretching it by hand, and then you cut it with like scissors, and that's how you get the strips of jerky.
Really?
And that's as you're drying it.
So as it dries, you just keep stretching it out to stretch it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just going to get thicker pieces. So
and it'll dry faster because you can make more serve.
Correct.
And you're more profitable.
Exactly.
As well, right?
Garlic kill it.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I would also imagine
my God.
it's more tender because you're breaking down the connective tissue.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
Those rubber bands of meat, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dom?
Dom's off camera stretching meat. Oh God, I did not say that.
Oh boy.
Don't ever get me in front of the subject. This is great.
Forgive Jay, please. He knows not what he's saying.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but actually, they put the jerk in beef jerky. Like they're actually that's where jerking the beef comes from. Like,
Oh my God.
Apparently, cowboys were more spastic with it. They jerked it. And this is more of a stretch.
I'm gonna get us back on track here.
There's no track. All right, go ahead.
Well, let's go.
You said
Where we're going, we don't need
have
track.
your own production facility.
So we have we partnered with a production facility that basically we give them all of our proprietary recipes and the type of wood that we use, and we do everything at this one facility. So the sausages, the beef jerky, the meat snacks. We also have like meat snacks like Slim Jims, but not Slim Jims. Obviously, we put it's made with really good proteins.
Love that.
What is that?
Slim Essies.
Slim Essies.
Yeah, he's a little curved at IBS.
Essie in the name?
No. No. Everything is under Southern Luv, but that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
I think Jay is picking for grain like a chicken off camera, and he's just like pecking. And just with my imagine he's doing that. He's just pecking for.
So why produce it in a central facility and not at your restaurant? Is that a future expansion? Is there a
Yeah, well, it's a couple things, right? So, one, we want to make sure that the product's super consistent, and B, we want to be able to scale it. So, I've been doing barbecue for 20 years, and the challenging part is making sure that the same guy is smoking the meat there. And, we smoke brisket for 12 hours, right? And we try to get to an internal temperature of 205. So what happens is if you pull it too early, you can't cook it back up. If you pull it too late, you can't, cool it back down. So, it's very challenging to kind of keep a really consistent product. And that's why most barbecue restaurants can't really scale and have a consistent product all the way through. So, our biggest thing was like, okay, we want a consistent food cost. We want a consistent labor. We want to be able to sort of get a smaller footprint. So instead of opening a 2,500, 3,000 square foot restaurant, I can now open in 600-700 square feet.
Got it. So you can have this as a commissary for future locations that you can spin out to it. Are you supplying other businesses in the area as well?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we sell our product through distributors. Thank you. Yeah. Thank God. We sell our product through distributors, and we actually have another brand called Love Q, which we're rolling out as a virtual kitchen brand. And so let's say so it's actually, it's really, really explosive because you don't need any equipment. You literally can just slice, heat, and serve, put it on a bun, and send it out. And so let's say you're a burger shop that already has fries or that already has buns, and you want to sell barbecue back door. Well, you can sell Love Q, and our partners, our dealers, can net 45% of their gross revenue without adding. Yeah. Because the challenging part with the barbecue is not only the consistency, but you need a big outfit to do it. You need a big place, you need a big space, you need you need staffing, you need prep work. So we've taken all that labor out of it and just focused on selling our premium meats.
So Essi, what kind of wood do you use?
We use pecan wood.
Wood is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge.
Pecan?
Yep. Pecan. Yeah, we use pecan wood.
Because it's got to be, is it right that the trees have to be a certain age and all these other things? Like it's quite...
It has to have a certain moisture level. Yeah, so there's a tool that we use to measure the amount of moisture that's in the wood before we smoke it.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because again, we're all about consistency. This is a science. It's not like... it's not like any other product that's in the market where, a lot of companies will use like liquid smoke and they'll, we call it like a, not to talk bad about anybody else, but, it's very easy to mass produce the product, but it's the way we do it really old school. We do it very simple. We have simple ingredients with dynamite flavor. This is something that we've been doing for a very, very long time. And now we're literally able to roll it out across the country. At whenever we're ready, whenever we want to turn anybody on.
What's your top selling item?
Probably number one item right now is pulled pork. Our second is beef brisket, and our third is the smoked chicken. And then Fridays and Saturdays is nonstop St. Louis ribs. We only sell them Fridays and Saturdays. We sell out every weekend, and probably by 5:30, 6 o'clock, we'd be sold out.
Really?
What's your margin leader? The pulled pork?
Margin leader is going to be the pulled pork. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of chicken? Let's talk about the chicken. Is it full chicken? Chicken?
No. So I only smoke chicken breast. So we brine the chicken. Absolutely, yeah. So it's a little bit. Again, we're a little bit different because again, we're on there's kind of two arms to our business, right? There's the supply chain business, and then there's feeding the actual restaurants.
Yeah.
So when you're doing, for example, you're selling a chicken at your restaurant, right? And you sell whole chickens. The customer comes and says, I want a quarter chicken. Do you want a white or do you want dark? Well, I want white. So now you have extra dark. So the issue with selling whole chicken is that you're stuck with white and dark meat. So what I want to do is I want to smoke chicken breast, but we have to smoke it at exactly the internal temperature at 165 so that I can reheat it, right? And it's juicy and it's delicious. So we brine our chicken overnight. We tumble it in a tumbling machine with our dry rub, and then we smoke it for 3.5 hours in that pecan wood. And I can smoke hundreds of chicken breasts at a time and know the exact temperature. You know, okay, this is going to consistently come out perfect. Versus doing the whole chicken where you have to break the thigh bone to make sure that the dark side cooks evenly. Right. Mm-hmm. And then you got to make sure that your cook is doing that. Right. Like if I'm doing it every day, then it's like, okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's a process. But sometimes when you're hiring guys, they care about speed. I care about, not only speed, but I care about how accurate our process is. You know what I mean? So that's why we just, we switched to doing things a lot differently. And like I only smoke brisket class. I don't smoke the whole briskets anymore. So we're taking the cap off. So the way a brisket comes, you have a cap, which is, you have the cap, right? And then you have the flat part of the brisket, and then you have the point, which is the leanest part. So the cap is the fattest, the leanest, the point is the leanest part. So essentially you're cooking something that's very fatty and very lean at the same time. So how can you do, right? So how do you do that, 200 sandwiches a day to that? So we said, okay, well, why don't we get consistent, right? So we said, okay, well, if we take the cap off, if we take the point off, I only smoke flats. I have a fat seam that runs through the middle of the brisket flat. I know exactly the thickness of the average catch weight of each brisket flat, and now I can slice it. So every time you come to my restaurant, you're not going to worry about getting a dry piece of brisket, or you're not going to worry about getting a fatty piece of brisket, right? Because we're only smoking these parts. Now, this makes it more expensive, but our success rate in terms of you don't have any store that comes back to us because the product's fatty or lean. Right. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just more consistent. And that's what we're about.
And how many licenses do you have? Essi? You said,
So right now we just have Southern Luv, and then we have, we just onboarded 60 virtual kitchens. We're onboarding more virtual kitchens as we go. We have right now about 120 that's in the pipeline that we're going to turn on very soon. Yes, thank God. And more time. Yes, thank God.
That's huge.
All in Florida. Well, not in Tampa. We're starting in West Palm Beach. They go from West Palm Beach to Miami, and Miami to Lake Worth.
See, Dom, we don't do
support. How many locations? Sorry, Jay.
I'm sorry. How many will say?
Your commissary support.
Thousands.
Wow.
Thousands, yeah. I mean, this is something that it's not like, we kind of just came out of nowhere. I've been doing supply chain for a little over 5 years now. So, we're ready, prepared. You know what I mean? We have all of our ducks in a row, and it took us a long time. We brought on consultants, we brought on, guys that are in the industry that are really, that know this business very well. And, I'm very grateful to be, have that mentorship with these guys. Not to name names, but Dan Rowe from Francepart's been a big mentor of mine. Dan Shapiro from Crispy Crunchy's been a big mentor of mine as well. So we have a lot of things happening, a lot of great people that are involved with us. We got really great supporters, from Cisco, Cheney Brothers, a lot of guys that are really grasping and excited about our program, especially the partnerships that we have through distribution, and we're very grateful that we have these partners. Coca-Cola is another partner of ours. So
was this the road you were on, or were you nudged into this lane? Because typically something like this is an evolution you didn't know you were hitting, or was this deliberate?
No, this was real deliberate. Okay. So again, I mean, I've been in the restaurant operation business since I was 19. And yes, thank God. So I started out doing barbecue and fried chicken. I was like 19 years old. I didn't have a ton of money. Yep. I grew up on the south side of Syracuse with no food at all, like really just corner store bodegas. We were in like the worst neighborhood you could possibly be in. We adapted really to our neighborhood, and we grew up in it. And then, like, you find out like 10 years later that was the worst neighborhood you could be in. It was like the third poorest neighborhood in the country at one point. And but we got along with everybody, and I really loved growing up there because it gave me a lot of that hustle mentality and go out get it. And and I've been working 80, 100 hours a week since I was like 19. So, and I'm still grinding, I'm still doing it, and I'm boots on the ground every day here. I operate collect as much data as I can.
That's all.
I love stories like this. And Essi, first of all, thank you again for doing this, for coming to our show and bearing with Dominic. He's just
that's not Dominic's great.
But I do have to, because was there one person that really, at the beginning took a risk on you? Because you were obviously an incredible success. Who's that one person that really you remember?
Just so many people. That's always, so when I was like 14, okay, I'll bring it way back. So when I was 14, I got a job at a place called S&R. It was located over at Salt Adams Hall. I was funny neat for him, and I was just, so Syracuse is a small town, everybody knows everybody, and I wanted to work, and so I got this job at SR, and my shift would start at like 3:00. I'd get out of school at like 2:30, have to be in work by 3, and I'd work from like 3 to 10 o'clock. And he taught me kind of how to like run a convenience store, like how to do the hot food at the convenience store. That's what I was there for. Yeah. So originally I was like stocking shelves, and like, and then he would teach me how to he was teaching me how to cut meat and so on. And then in high school, I was working at like every restaurant thing I could find. Like, I love McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's freshman year of high school. I worked at this chicken tender place called Tully's in New York, really popular. I just worked for different random like jobs that I just was like really interested in working in. And my sophomore year of high school, a buddy of mine, his uncle owned like a bunch of cell phone stores, and really wildly successful. His name's Sam, and he said, "Hey man, can you just give me just give me a touch of your uncle, like I want to work for him, And I met with him, and like he gave me a job, and I was selling cell phones and beepers for him at like 16. Then I became like his store manager, and really young. And I at like 17 or I was just graduating high school, or getting out of high school. And I said, "Look, man, I'm making all this money for you. I want to go do this on my own." He said, "Listen, anything that you want, anything that you need, I got you. Just use my name as a reference. Like, you're good." I had $6,800 a day to my name. $6,800 from all the work that I did. $6,800. I begged every cell phone company and their mother to give me a credit line, and one company took a chance on me and Gold Bridge for it. And they gave me a $10,000 credit line. That's how I got my start with beepers and cell phones. That's how I got the money to do my first restaurant. Wow. So I felt that, yeah. So that's kind of how I started. You know what I mean? And then, and my whole life I always loved food. You know what I mean? My brother joined the Army in high school, the ROTC. I couldn't meet the height weight requirement, so I always wanted to join the Army. Because I speak Arabic. Yeah. So but I couldn't meet the height weight requirement. So I remember my brother told me to go see this recruiter, and on the phone he was great. He was like, "Yeah, just come in. I speak Arabic very good. Like, I said, okay, cool, come in. I come in, and he's like, as soon as I walked through the door, he's like, "Oh no." Oh no! I said, "What?"
This is the beginning of because in America,
bro. I swear to God,
wouldn't let him in. They had to go through
this thing. He told what he told me. He said, "Listen, man, if you're gonna join the Army, you gotta drop at least 60 pounds." I said, "Bro, if I lost 60 pounds, I'd be a Hugo Boss model. I wouldn't be in the Army. Believe me." He's like, "Get out, just get out." So the Army wasn't for me, and but I really love food, and I opened up my first restaurant when I was 19, and I said, like, I want to be able to provide a really high level quality product at a fast pace,
Yeah,
and at affordable price points. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. It really took off for me right from the start.
So you mentioned, your dad and your family had a root in barbecue and cooking together, and I can only imagine, right? Like all of us have these ties back to it.
Yeah.
For you and your restaurant, like when I was looking at your website, I saw, a picture, I believe, of you and your wife.
Yeah.
Is this also going to be a multi-generational business or something that your kids or other family members work in?
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope so. Our goal right now, we're in expansion mode, and we want to get this out to businesses that are not at capacity. So if your business is not at capacity, and you can generate an additional 45% of revenue. We want to get that. See, I think our model for the economy that we're going into right now, I think our model is going to be really successful because it's small footprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy operation. You're not hiring, super talented chefs. You're not hiring pit masters to do it. The product's super consistent. It's very good. I mean, I did for us. I mean, we want to be able to expand this business. We want to expand it through franchising. And we want to be able to also license our Love Q brand to convenience stores and gas stations and, that virtual kitchen house. So, do I see my kids doing this? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
You sure kids see themselves doing it? That's a different story, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't have kids yet, but God willing, we have some kids, and we'll see. But I'm hoping somebody gets a football scholarship somewhere so I can retire.
There you go.
I love the menu. It looks fabulous, by the way. Your website's phenomenal, by the way, too.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Happy Owl. These are our websites, and they're based out of California. Her name is Sarah. She's amazing, and they do just a great job. So.
Yeah, beautiful looking menu. I love the simplicity of it, because I always find menus that are big or not. I don't know how to say this.
Just can't execute it, man. You just can't execute it well.
You're right. Well, there's actually a theory: a bigger menu means that you're not really a specialty in that field. And when you see menus like this, this means, hey, you know what? You know your stuff. You're going to get the best you can. It's beautiful. I love it, and I see a lot of menus.
Thank you, man.
I love it. Dominic, I think we're going to have to make another trip.
Yeah, I'd love that.
He's 8 miles from my house.
Oh my God!
Oh wow!
Come on over, buddy.
8 miles. Yeah, maybe I'll go over. I have a lunch with my accountant, actually. Maybe we'll go over there for lunch.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
Well, Essi,
I think I'm meeting tomorrow.
We want to thank you for your time. Your story is incredible. I love
the food I'm about to eat.
You got back focused on food.
Yeah, I'm about food.
Dominic must be choking on a mint. He's quiet. Dominic, why don't you ask him what kind of buns he uses?
Yeah, what kind of buns do you use? I am curious.
Or your jerk or your pulled.
Oh no! Oh, dude, I knew that was coming. No, we have fresh brioche bread delivered to us every day.
Ooh, brioche.
Fresh brioche.
Yeah, fresh brioche every day. Fresh Cuban bread every day.
That's important for a good sandwich, right? Good bread.
Absolutely, it's huge. I think it's, they say the best Philly cheesesteaks. It's all about the bread and cheese.
Yeah.
So we believe that if you have a good, really nice soft fresh bun, we don't eat our buns. We don't, our buns. If you have to heat it or smother it in butter, it's not a good bun. So
old conversation I'm not mature enough to have. Okay.
No. Dominic, where are you? Where are you?
You have to wrap buns covered in stuff.
I'll just stick it on bit and check out buns.
Yeah, he's watching food porn on a website called Southern Luv BBQ. Yeah. He's on onlyhams.com.
Oh, yes, yeah. I love it.
Anyways, Essi, we want to thank you for your time tonight.
Thanks, Essi.
Appreciate you. You know what? Stay in touch. Keep us updated what you're working on.
For sure.
We're gonna spread this out and just show love. I love stories that people work up through the ranks to get that. That's the best ones. And Don, we've been doing this for years, and when you're able to hear that, this is the stuff I love. Is having conversations like
that's
folks like
underdog story, grassroots, making it happen, building the American dream, but there's Canadian dreams too. Like we all,
we need
your own production. I think that's really important.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you've built a future right into your plan right from the beginning, which
you built a factory.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So we're able to control the quality, the food costs, the distribution.
Yeah.
Our products are close coated, so you have to be our dealers to get it. So, you know what I mean? So it's everything in our restaurant is made from scratch, so you can't get it anywhere else. You can't. It's not like getting Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or Ken's barbecue at every single local other restaurant that you would go to and find that stuff. All of our stuff is made in house from our from our ranch dressing down to the Carolina barbecue sauce. It's all made in house. It's fresh every day. We make coleslaw like 6-7 times a day to make sure that the cabbage is super fresh. So everything is all in house.
I'll be at your restaurant Thursday at noon. This Thursday.
All right, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
No, for sure. 100%. 100%.
So Essi, what we ask is we want to see this show tonight. We'll send it to you so you can put it up in your
I'd love that.
website. But thanks again. Like I said, and sincerely, like from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Jay.
For hearing stories like this, and keep in touch and all the
best. For sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Hey, man.
I'll
look forward to it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Totally. All right.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty cool story. Pretty cool story.
Yeah. Story Shimori, I'm eating barbecue. I can't wait.
I don't know. I was losing it there because I couldn't talk about stretching meat.
Okay, I was so here's
then
the thing.
what kind of
probably going to
I don't know.
It was a really great show. Your audio is terrible, and it came back the entire time. It was, I'm just hoping his stream will. I hope his stream will sound good.
But what I'm going to do is I got a technique.
You kept messing with it too.
I know, but I
can't sitting down there.
No. That was his audio. I'm going to pull it out and then I'm going to use AI to clean it. I have an AI.
All things I'm not mature enough to have this conversation about.
Well, I was more curious about the wood, and
again, I'm not mature enough for any of this conversation.
Dominic, where are you?
Yeah.
Dominic's like,
what day?
He looted out on Ricolas. He's like, just man. I remember Vietnam, man. Yeah, he's gone. He's
supposed go for.
Yeah.
Wow. How old are you?
Yeah, I am old. So 89. I was just graduating high school, right? So 90, Plains at Towers.
Yeah.
Right now. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Way too much fun.
That show.
Oh Lord, that clip show. Yes.
Not a clip show. We're going to interview and ask you.
Memoirs. The memoirs.
Real free. The memoirs. Yeah.
The memoirs.
Madman Wars.
Well, did you ever meet Starman Darling?
No, but he came through our base a couple of.
He did, eh?
Yeah.
What a cool guy.
Yeah. Most of my time I was there. I was at a place called SHAPE, Supreme Headquarters, Allied Powers Europe. It was a detachment of NATO in a village called Mons, and they built it there because if NATO ever got nuked, it would be the failover. The bunker I was in had directional explosives in it, so if the nuclear blast came from it used to be Brussels, it would blow up proactively and blow the shockwave away from us, taking out several of the floors, but all of us down in the bunker would be fine to keep doing our mission.
Right.
Yeah, like some grim shit. And the funny point was we worked on an old Nazi caserne that had been taken because war had been going back and forth through Europe forever, right? So this used to be a Nazi base, and the places on it were still mined that you couldn't go. Yeah.
Wow. 10 years later, eh? Wow. Still mined.
Yeah, this is 30-something years later now. I've had all my buddies, they're all doing different stuff, and some of them I can't even talk about. They're doing such cool shit. Like literally.
Yeah.
Cool. Dominic does that once in a while. We get into the fun. Yeah. That's Canadians. We don't anymore.
He's a gluten smuggler.
Anyways, gentlemen, you have
point of trivia real quick, Dominic.
Let's do trivia. Okay, I'm okay with that.
But this is kind of a more arbitrary point of trivia.
It's a barbecue
really cool hook. It touches everything. How's that? All right. Who do you think can be claimed as the world's most significant human being that demonstrably saved the most lives ever in the history of mankind?
It's like,
And it is not Jesus Christ, our Savior, or anything.
I know
This is a person that walked the earth.
Yeah.
That did something very special, and nobody knows about him. And I want people to know who he is.
Yeah, I know who he is. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Tell me, what's your best guess?
Give me one. I'm not going to Google him, but I have to
try. No, it's fine. If you get it right, there's nobody loses here.
Yeah, it's why I keep saying this other name. It's in my head. And it has to go in my head. It's say it back because I'm going to burn it.
Norman Borlaug.
I wasn't the guy I was going after.
Yeah, nobody ever heard of him. Yeah, this guy beats Madame Curie. This guy beats Gandhi. This guy beats everybody hands down for what he did. Nobody knows who he is.
What did he do?
So Norman Borlaug, at some point in time, I think around the 1940s, 1950s, the guy decided to do a lot of research on grain, on how to scale growth and the proliferation of grain across the world. He went to Mexico to discover hardier varieties of wheat. He went to China to see what they had. He went all across the world, to arid countries, to wet countries, dry, and gathered all these various types of wheat and started creating hybrids that would thrive in challenging environment, to be resistant to plague or drought or whatever. And they estimate he saved over 1 billion with a B people, because there's a whole planet that would fucking starve if this guy hadn't walked the earth. Okay, nobody knows.
Well, you don't know Peace Prize check.
Yeah,
did he?
Yeah. And the funny thing is my best friend, one of my best friends from high school, Dave. I don't talk to you that much, so I don't know if you can claim I'm a best friend. I'm a good friend. I'm gonna buy it for your 50th birthday. Give me some slack. Anyways, he was married to his granddaughter. From my high school in North Idaho, was married to the granddaughter of Norman Borlaug.
Does he have ties back to being Canadian?
No.
Not even close?
No, but I think we used to go across the border when we were too young to drink, so there's our tie.
There we go.
Golden in us to really, be Canadian for a while.
There we go.
Yeah. So, anyways, point of trivia. One of the most significant people to ever walk the planet.
Hey, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should get Dominic to do the next one, then I'll do the one after him. Trivia.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I bet you'll be about baking.
Baking? Like smoking weed in the morning before you start?
That's what I was planning, but it won't be anymore.
Dominic is a bake master. We should do a show about Dominic.
Size of bloodshot.
Yeah. He looks
what
a
little
blood.
Doing all that Canadian weed up there.
Gas. Sounds like gas. Did the gas go?
How's the what?
The gas.
Oh my. Well, yeah.
Gas.
No.
You okay?
No more gas. No
Wait.
more gas.
This is a very gassy show. Incredible, gentlemen. Anyways. Okay, back?
It's just a race to the bottom here. It's just a race
all
to
right.
the bottom. Dominic
I gotta
goes,
find the-
he just parachutes out as
Dominic?
quick as he can. He's gone. We
You know-
ramble on. Like,
So no show on Thursday, gentlemen, just by the way.
oh, thank God.
I've had an
Can't keep
event.
this up.
I can't keep this up. But we released another one, I think, today, too. I don't remember. They're being released left and right. But we're going to dedicate
Mom has a
tonight's
special
show.
Can you put Tier 1 on YouTube, please? She's really trying to get to it, and Spotify is not her friend.
You sure it's not up there?
It is not on the YouTube. It has the voice transcript, but not the video. And there was some really good, cool things you were doing in your ramp.
Hold on.
ADHD bouncing around like it should.
Yeah. A Massimo Capra video.
It's there.
Oh.
You have to watch. Don't give me that look. That's the fuck you look.
It is.
No, it's the fuck
I
you
learned
look.
that on day one.
Hey, no.
Who are you?
No,
Fuck
it's
you.
fucking
Hey,
old
Dominic.
man, fuck you look.
The fuck you looking at, newbie?
Fuck was that? Wrong answer. As long as you're not.
I saw him like, shit, this is Tony Soprano. This is going to suck. He's going
I know.
to grill me. I'm like, no, he's the best guy in the world. This is better.
Sure you fucking did.
So, you want to be silky smooth? You want to be this? It took years to get this smooth.
Smooth tour. Working on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
So what's the vision for that? Like you boldly went on LinkedIn and told people we were doing this.
I got ballsy.
I had to unpack that with my wife. No, I'm not going on the road. I'm not sitting in a trailer with these two yahoos. I don't know what's going on.
I invited Bill Oakley to join us.
Is he gonna wear that hat?
Well, we get an old trailer. Here's the theory. We get an old trailer.
No.
Yes.
No. Okay, then that means the crew hauls that ahead and drops that rickety off, and we fly in comfort because I'm not riding around in some goddamn trains, planes, automobile stuck in the middle of the Klondike feeling that hat.
The trailer is not the place that we do the podcast. It just carries.
No, that's just where we sleep and suffer. I got it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No.
Are you a spooner?
He probably has the worst deviated septum on the planet. Never sleeping in the same proximity would murder him. I can already tell. Like, he's gonna walk around. He's gonna be loud as shit. He's gonna be clanging around in drawers, looking for a snack, scratching things. I don't want to be in the same trailer.
So no spooning.
No.
Not with me.
He's silky smooth.
You're never gonna know.
No tickle fights and spooning.
No.
What do you mean? Oh, we got one thing before we all go. We wrap up the show. What are you doing in May? Both of you.
I'm not tickle fighting with you in an ugly ass trailer in the middle of the Yukon. That's for sure.
I'm gonna be in Chicago with you. I don't know where you're gonna.
Yeah. However, I do
in Chicago too. You know what? We have a new guy that we're going to work with. He connected with me today.
Oh, really?
A new go-to person. So we're going to get
What
that
does
all
that
hammered
mean?
out. That means we don't have the person that we met. We have a new person.
Oh,
and he's
that's
it's okay.
I still don't know what that means. Is that a new
means-
person from the NRA? Is that a new inside person in Chi-Town? Like, what do you mean?
No, it's a new person that's going to help us with setting up our stuff and getting it all lined up. So
There's that much stuff?
yeah, have you seen Dominic's? His entourage is huge. His riders.
Do I have to bring my mics and gear and all my tchotchkes?
Well,
Like,
I hope not. I hope not. I had to do that last year, and it was a pain in the boot. So
in the boot.
in the boot, it was a pain in the boot.
For me, Jay, where are we gonna be?
We're going to be at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. Dominic, how big is it? How big is that?
10 football fields, Jay.
Holy!
And those are Canadian football field. As measured in moose.
Wow! Wow! How many boots, Dom?
2,100.
Can you say a boot? No.
2,200.
No,
22.
20. That's pretty darn close.
No, you always get it wrong. How many shows have we done? Like a lot.
What's the worst day of the show? What is the worst day of the show?
There's not a worst day. It's every day is good.
How about the worst moment of the show?
Like our show?
Really
The NRA show. I will say this. I think everybody would say the same thing, and it would not offend the show. It's not their fault.
The Goliath, he lost his son.
Wow, you're going dark on that. I was just talking about leaving the building in McCormick of the damn cab line, but wow, you went dark.
You were really.
Whoa. Yeah, I remember that time the numb got hit by a bus, hit by another nun in a bus. Like,
It was right in there, eh?
yeah.
Doesn't hold back.
All
All right. Well, we're going to be in Chicago, everyone, and hope you can see us and join us. And Dom's going to be signing boobs.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, yes.
That's right.
You're darn tootin'.
FBI, right? Lube inspector.
Food and beverage inspector. It's the NRA show you. And
What?
So,
Oh, I'm playing a different show.
yeah, we're going to have a tattoo booth.
oh,
Signing boobs.
oh my Lord.
Yeah, boobs.
Does the NRA have an HR person? Are we in trouble? Does this work?
Oh, like, Dom's
Are we getting
training. Well, you know what? There's probably a lot of man boobs there too. So
why couldn't it be like a blue-footed booby, which is a bird from the Galapagos Islands? We could have just pivoted so they're signing birds. And we've been done. We've been free and clear.
Yeah.
all right.
And now liability stalks us.
we got to wrap it up because our podcast right now, most listeners won't listen this far anyways. If you do, I'll put that in there. I'll put that in there. You get a treat if you make it all the way through.
This is like the Ferris Bueller. What are you doing here? Go home. Shoo, it's over. Right? And then we fade to black.
Gentlemen, it's been a blast. You guys all fly safe.
Yeah. You too.
That was fucking ominous. Why would you say that before we go flying somewhere now?
I don't
know. I don't hear about that these days. We don't speak of it. We just go.
Sorry.
May fortune forever favor the winner. Whatever the
Dominic, you okay? No,
he's lying somewhere. He's
Fine.
you okay? Thanks, guys. Anyways, all the best. Thanks again to our guest today.
Yes.
Guest.
Thanks, Essi.
Essi, that was awesome. And thanks again. And Beck, watch out for Dom and Boobs signing it.
All this. No.
Watch all these guys light up.
Barbecue. Well, there's
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We'll do from there.
Do a little video.
By the way, Jay, I encourage you to collaborate on something. We will be at the Mertech show.
Yes.
And they did offer up a spot for us to do some content from there, so we could set up a table. We could do a simulcast from the show, right? And do a little content of the restaurant guy cha from the road.
Can we get Dom signing man boobs?
Are you going to be at the Napalm show next week? That's next week.
Beck, get serious.
It's in Atlanta. Are you going to
No, I'm going to. I'll be. I'm on the road next week, by the way, too. So Seattle and
Seattle.
Yeah, I'll be in Seattle on Sunday, Saturday through Monday. Then meeting with some clients. Then I come back on Friday. Then I come home for the weekend of the family. Fly back out on Monday for Mertech.
You better bring your portable mic. Your portable mic.
You don't worry about me, homie.
Well, we called you from Vegas.
I got lavaliers. I'm good.
So's Dom. Okay, all the best, guys.
Oh, nice.
All right. Do you want to hit the button?
Yeah.
Here we go.
No.
Oh, I got gas.
Yeah, you killed.